thanks to racial motivations, we made friendship. This is not the message we're trying to spread. You know?
Hey guys, welcome to the OverRice podcast. Today we'll be talking about cultures. And actually, I want to get to you first, Satu.
All right. Talk about not being a loaded shotgun.
Okay.
Not to beat around.
This seems racially charged. You
I would say it's a little bit racially motivated.
I knew it. God damn it. Roy's a racist. Episode 1. Cancel him. Cancel him.
All right, welcome to the last episode.
First and last with this.
But this one goes to you.
Just you, specifically.
Just you.
Clearly.
It doesn't apply for anyone else.
Clearly.
You first. You're getting the red ball first. This goes to everyone, but you will answer first. How's the Philippines? To you. Since you are half?
Putang ina.
Well, you don't sound half in there.
Do you think I'm Filipino?
No, you're not. You're half American. No. At first, at first I thought you were.
He's half American, half Belizean, right?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Friendship was close to
It's
ending.
Belizean, right?
Goddamn right it is.
Okay.
My fellow Anglo-Saxon.
What do you mean? As far as I remember, he's a friend.
Did I tell you I bought a gun?
All right. Okay, so answer the
Yeah.
question.
How's
Ria.
the Philippines? Just you in general. Like, how is it living here? How's your lifestyle? Like, how do you live here?
Before I
How do you live here?
actually live here with much struggle in the streets.
Yeah.
Before I answer that, because I am actually curious, what is your understanding of my background, so to speak?
There are a lot of things that I want to know eventually when I do get an answer.
Like how he's from the hood?
I want to get to that. You know what I mean? Like
So I was born here,
yeah.
and
Were you really born
Yeah.
in the Philippines?
I thought you
Yeah.
were in Indonesia.
no, I was born here
Oh, wow.
back in the 90s.
I didn't even know about this.
and you're supposed to be one of my best friends. How dare this go on? I was born here in the 90s. I lived here for several years. Then I moved to Indonesia, Thailand. I moved all throughout Southeast Asia. And then I moved back here at the beginning of the 2010s. Actually 2008. And since then, I've lived here mostly, lived in Europe for a little bit, but I've mostly lived here. So how does it like living here? I mean, it's changed throughout the decades. I mean, it's been different, you know what I mean? But don't really know how to answer your question. It's the you know, I mean, there's obviously idiosyncrasies that are definitely notable to the Philippines that are not really accessible elsewhere. But then again, in some senses, it's a microcosm of the bigger world. So
I want to get back to that, but yeah. How about you, Tony?
I mean, come on. I've been in, Dubai for how many, 18 or 19 years?
Yeah.
But I would come back and forth on vacation. I'd go to my province.
Yes.
So I wasn't really city life when I was a kid. I was straight province, a small town of 100 people, even less.
Yeah.
that gives you a unique experience.
It does.
Coming
I mean,
and understanding
for
the
sure.
Philippines.
And of course, being in Dubai, you would know this as well.
Yeah.
Everything's a city life. And then you're comparing it to city life here, it's completely different. The
Very
traffic,
different.
of course,
Yeah.
and technology
There's a lot of things
technology-wise.
different.
But I really enjoyed staying in the province. Learned a lot of things culturally.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How about you, Ben? Like, for you, I know that you met Satu here, especially,
Yeah.
right? I want to get to that question for you first, which is, how is it living here? And how is it building relationships, like friendships?
Because you lived
especially
here
meeting
for a quarter century, more than a quarter century now.
You'll never know.
How old are you?
However young you are, my
Yeah.
friend.
Are you, like, secretly, like, 37 or something?
That's an insult.
Them fighting words, Roy.
I don't know how you were going to interpret it any other way. Like, it was an insult. I'm sorry. I was like,
Did I stutter?
37 what?
Yeah. I'm actually appalled that you think that I didn't insult you. Like, yeah, but go ahead.
God damn. All this.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
All right. So, how is it like living here? I feel like Philippines is a place full of potential.
It's true.
Wow.
Like a lot of people, the mental culture, majority of the mental culture here is that opportunities are outside of this country,
Yeah.
right? Everybody feels like they could elevate in terms of their life once they get out of the Philippines. But in actuality, it doesn't depend as to where you are. It depends on what hustles you make. So, and especially Philippines as a whole, since it's a third world country, as we all know, it's developing. There are more opportunities in a developing country than a first world country where most positions or social positions are defined.
But then again, I mean, there isn't also there's some kernel of truth to that mentality, because at the same time, whilst there is potential, the fact that it's not tapped does keep the reality skewed from what it could be. So there is that degree of unfortunality. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
true.
I mean, like, we have pretty good healthcare here, yet a doctor makes like $500 a month.
Really?
A medical
Dollars.
professional, a doctor, huh? Like the man who's already finished all medical school, all training, all that makes $500 a month,
Oh.
and works 500 days a week. You know what I mean? Like there are some notable discrepancies that hinder that degree of growth. But I agree with you. Like, you know what's the unfortunate thing? Like, low-key, the Philippines is nerfed. Otherwise, it'd be too OP. I'm not kidding. Like,
I agree.
shit.
I agree.
In non-gamer
Yeah.
terms, how dare you insult me like that?
I do see where you're coming from.
No,
like,
if the Philippines is handicapped quite notably economically as well as culturally, if that wasn't the case, not unlike Japan at the beginning of the 20th century, the Philippines would be a powerhouse of at least Southeast Asia, if not Asia in the whole. And I mean this economically, intellectually, literarily, technologically.
politically.
If it wasn't handicapped, yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't handicapped, keep in mind.
Severely.
I don't know anything about politics here.
That's fair, because we were in Dubai, so we weren't
Yeah,
really
I'm
involved in politics.
But then again, that's also not fair for me to say, because if you're comparing the local political scene to all of Southeast Asia, that one I can't. I feel like that one's a little bit more complex. Everything else I was talking about, because we have ASEAN, right? The Asian nations. When you look at like the GDP, when you look at the different metrics, you can see that. Well, it's maybe unfair because it's not like I'm citing my sources for a substantiated claim. But to like hamper on Ben's point, like if you know the local culture, you can see that if we change a couple of things, a lot of those numbers would jump up dramatically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what do you think hinders that?
The people in power.
That's what I thought.
Moving on.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it is true.
People we can't mention, blurt it out.
No, yeah. Should we censor that? Yeah, I mean.
No, sounded like,
Beep,
sounded-
beep.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
I
First-
said it. I said it. Just so politically unclean. You see me on TV.
Yeah, I said it.
Ain't nobody got time for that. No, I mean, it's that. But then again, it's not an easy question to answer. It's not like there's one thing. Well, unfortunately, we had rain this week, so our economy is tanked. You know what I mean?
No, there are a lot of
It's not like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not as simple as that. It's a multifacetudinal
Sadly,
problem.
why did you flip the fish?
There are a lot of things to factor. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know
Of
what I
course,
mean?
of course.
I ate some chicken at Mang Inasal and it ran out of rice, so our economy's tanked. No, but I mean, there's political factors, without a shadow of a doubt. There's cultural factors, because keep this in mind. Whilst, sure, one may not completely think this is the most relevant thing, the history of oppression in the Philippines, from being a Spanish colony to fighting for independence to getting recolonized multiple times by multiple different nations, not processing that trauma, created a societal imbalance and structure where literally in the Philippines, in Manila, the division between ultra-rich and stark poverty is literally one street. And you see this within
36th
construction.
Street in BGC.
I was just about to say, you literally see SM Aura, which is
Yeah.
considered a more high-quality,
High-end,
higher-posh mall,
yeah.
is literally one street away from Market, which is like the mall of the masses. And if you're seeing that as a microcosm, if you scale that up, you see this with the richness and, closing of, closing in of, like, neighborhoods, right?
Yeah.
Of gated neighborhoods and whatnot. So there's a lot of, like, really ingrained and deep things that kind of contribute.
You had a
to
lot
that.
to say. That was very interesting because, I just got here, in Philippines. And it's kind of
I've been
fresh.
in this motherfucker. You know?
Yeah. Born and raised. Yeah. But you were jumping from Indonesia. Yeah.
How about you, Roy? Because I know you haven't been here in the Philippines as much as I have.
Yeah.
What's your
My take on
your
Philippines.
take?
Yeah. Honestly, I love it. Like, how many months have I been here? Like 5 months. 5 months.
Dude, not even like 3 months at least.
I feel like it was since.
Oh yeah, we got
Right.
Roy from Dubai.
Yeah, we
Did you?
shipped
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
We didn't pick him up on the Kanto. You know what I mean?
If you guys didn't realize, I'm the next Spanish. I'm gonna colonize you guys. No,
Well-
no, but for
All
real
right,
though,
kid.
Hey, what's
Scam.
seriously though? Like, what's your take about Philippines so far that you've been here?
I would say the biggest takeaways are like this. This is what I was gonna get to
Yeah.
on the next question, which was, it's easier to build relationships here. By relationships, I mean friendships.
You're comparing this to your life in Dubai.
Yeah, it's easier to build relationships
Philippines.
for the sole reason that there are more people open here. Like
That's
there are
true.
everyone is very nice that I've met so far.
It's
Absolutely,
true.
yeah. And how did you meet? Because I met Tony in Dubai.
Dubai, yeah.
In Dubai, yeah, in school, but it was because a teacher wanted us to, or wanted him to introduce me like to the school, to just show me around.
And that was a bit racially motivated too.
It was because
Like Tony, you're half Filipino. Roy is Filipino. I think you guys could make it work.
we looked alike back then. Yeah,
We actually did.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
next thing you know,
yeah.
You're best
I'm here
friend.
now. Yeah, and
Thanks to racial motivations, we made friendship.
da, 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 da.
This is not the message we're trying to spread. You know?
same thing could happen here. You know, I mean, racial.
And then soon enough, we have whites with whites, colors with colors, and we swing way too far on that pendulum.
Yes, segregation. You know. Yes.
So you,
Yes,
I'm
the
gonna
one
presume
race.
you were asking how they meet. How did
Yeah,
how did
because
you guys meet?
it's
It's because I was and he was
oh.
So Ben, like, I don't know if you know, he hit his head recently. He's not well mentally.
He's not in his right mind right now. Is
But
he not?
we drive past that. Don't worry. It reboots every once in a while.
yeah.
But we were friends since the 7th, 8th grade. That's where we met. And not
Through mutual friends, or you guys just
I walked in one day. I'm like, "Whoa, what up?" He's like, "What up?" I'm like,
That's
"Cool."
why. One recognized the other.
Recognized in this household. You know what I'm saying?
And how did that develop? You guys' relationship to today. Sorry.
I mean, slowly at first, admittedly, like
True.
it was different situations, circumstances. There's different things going on in school. I mean, one minute you want to play video games, next it's sports. It's different things. It's school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
But we really got to bond like the moment that
we were
he started
classmates.
inviting people at his house. Like those
Yeah.
those were the it's not really the school culture that built my relationship with Satu, but rather his personal culture, being invited to his personal culture, his household and everything.
I mean, that's what opened it up. But school also
Yeah.
built it because, like, after a couple of years, we became classmates, and the student population for us had dwindled. That literally there were 5 people in our entire grade, not just class. Our entire grade had 5 people, right? And at that point, we became exorbitantly close because we did everything together, like literally everything. So I would literally see Ben from like 7 a.m. on Monday to like 7 a.m. on Sunday when he finally left my house after like the weekend party.
Yeah.
So yeah, then it developed obviously continuously from there.
That's great because I also want to ask just a bit. I'm getting to the touchy subjects now.
Okay.
How touchy.
Did you
Like,
face
was-
any racism?
I thought when he said touchy, I thought he was talking about.
Yeah.
So did you have one of those teachers that was
Oh no. I mean, if you want to talk about that.
That's actually a good question, Roy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I didn't have any teachers that molested.
No.
I was like, wait,
bro.
no, wait.
My
From sorry,
question.
Roy's
My question.
not yours, Roy.
Yeah, but did you face any like mistreatment at all?
Sure, I mean,
Do you think? Do you
I-
think it's like it happens everywhere?
I think it's. I think I think we should throw this question back to you two. Did you face racism in Dubai?
Definitely.
And here,
Here, no. I have not. Thank
you understand that privilege, even in
Yeah,
itself, is a
that's-
type of racism.
Privilege.
But nobody's said it to me. But that's the thing.
Said what?
Oh, you're white. Look at you, privileged. No,
Oh, I
like,
thought.
no. I've not experienced that.
I thought, oh, you're rich.
Yeah, oh, you're rich. Why don't you buy me some? No,
I
I mean,
honestly thought Tony was going in a completely different way.
I thought so too.
I
Like,
thought he was about to be like, yeah, I was driving down the street and they just keep shouting honky at me. You know? I thought you were going. I thought you were going to go in a
No,
different
but
direction.
I've not experienced that sort of racism or anything here, but in Dubai, I have definitely as being half Filipino. Of course, like, oh, you're half Filipino. Oh, do you work at McDonald's, or that typical hello, ma'am,
Whatever is
sir, welcome to
culturally,
McDonald's.
yeah.
They always do that. I was like, all right,
Really? You got that?
I got that.
You
a
know what's
lot.
you know what's such a damn shame?
They do that, don't they?
It's such an accurate, typical greeting.
No, because it's not wrong. It's a stereotype. That's what it is.
Oh no, not but I mean
Yeah.
the abuse of the stereotype.
That's true.
Yeah,
Keep in
they
mind,
abuse
there's
it.
nothing inherently wrong with the concept of a stereotype. It is the usage of that. Because keep this in mind, something that's completely a stereotypical yet is actively done here. Sir, ma'am, sir, that shit is done consistently, and not like in a negative way, like non-ironically as well.
Yeah,
Do you
but
ever pick up the phone when you order Grab? Hi, sir. Nandito ba kayo? Ay, salamat, sir.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not making a joke. That's genuine.
doing that. It's like,
When somebody
This is
picks,
sad to
It's
every
not
day.
wrong.
sad to
It's
do.
not- no,
That's-
every day.
That's sad to every day on Grab when you order.
no, but,
On Grab.
no, but even,
Yeah.
even downstairs, like you go to the guard. Ay, musta sir? They'll do that to you unironically.
I actually
I
love it.
love that. No,
But
no, I
it's
love
beautiful.
that.
The thing is, in Dubai, they abuse
No,
it,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it
for
just
sure.
becomes terrible. And
No,
it's like,
that's the shame too.
it's a shame, but like here, it's like, kuya, no, sir, nasaan ka? Kuya, ano ba yan? Kuya.
I just realized something. I think I'm kind of phased. I faced racism in Dubai. Sure.
How?
Yeah, you get thrown names. You're like,
What, what,
Wait, what kind of name?
Oh, no.
You.
well, like Asian people. I don't.
Yo, what up,
the
Asian
C word.
people?
The C
Like-
word. You know what I mean?
Ah.
Yeah,
Oh, the C word. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. And like,
You can say things, we can blurt them.
Yes.
oh, because you don't know? Because I can tell you.
No,
I mean,
What
I
he
know.
means
I
is
know the sound of
he's
metal
saying-
clinking together.
No, bro, he's saying. That's
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's getting censored, but okay.
C
It
Why
wasn't
is
even a
that getting-
racial. It wasn't
that's-
even a racial slur.
Why is that being censored when the first 2 minutes?
It doesn't fly on YouTube whatsoever. But
Oh, does it not? Oh, yeah.
We move. Fine.
We're gonna censor that. But.
man, we almost had a start, but the cancel culture will get us. Anyways, so you're saying they threw around just general Asian racial slurs.
Stereotypes. But the thing is, I'm not saying racism is okay, because of course it's not.
Yeah.
Everyone has faced it, especially in where my school was. Everyone faced it. That's why I was
What do you mean? All Filipinos faced it. All Asian kids faced it.
everyone.
If all Filipinos, all
Everyone.
3 people in the whole Cambridge.
No, because everyone.
Okay.
Like all of my friends experienced it. That's the thing. We threw that around as friends. We weren't doing it there's no intent. There's no ill intent
What pissed
behind it.
someone off.
Yeah, but of course I did experience those other things, but I never took it as like, well, like I'm a pacifist. So if they say something like, "Oh, go work at McDonald's," like, shit, you're not wrong. It's like I mean, where my life is headed. I mean,
I don't know what self-deprecation.
yeah.
I don't know what self-deprecation has to do with pacifism.
Yeah, no. I
I'm
mean,
glad that
okay.
you're able to bring that out.
I didn't take it in a way where it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to defend myself for my pride, or like my country. Blah, blah, blah. It was more like, well, you're not wrong. You know what I mean? It's like- it
But
was
you don't
like-
got to be racist about it.
No, yeah. But what I'm saying is
Like,
like
they make good money, but like, don't be
Yeah.
racist about it.
everyone experienced it. Everyone experienced it. Like that's the thing.
Well,
It's
that
not.
way-
It's still not okay.
Let me ask you this: coming here, have you experienced any degree of racism or otherness, even though you're Filipino, from having been abroad for so long? Like
No,
through
actually.
cultural discrepancies.
No, I was talking to Miggy actually.
Yeah.
And I was asking him like, "Am I very Filipino to you?" Which is another kind of weird question. But he said, "Yeah, you're pretty much very Filipino." So I didn't take it as a way. I was like, "Oh, you're a Dubai kid," because no one, ever since being here, I never really got that discrepancy from anyone. Just like saying, "Oh, you're from Dubai, okay, but you're full Filipino, okay." Like I think the most important thing was just like, "Oh, you're human." Like.
Yeah, for sure.
That kind of rings my head. Like, what is very Filipino?
That's the thing. I was gonna say, like, what is very Filipino?
Allow me to tell you about this.
Yes.
Allow
here we
me
go.
to inform
Show me your
you.
resume. You know?
Listen, I'm so goddamn Filipino. How Filipino are you? Or
How
don't ask
Filipino
me.
are you?
It's
How
fine.
Filipino are you?
Clearly not enough to be asked. You know?
But
You know,
yeah.
I didn't really have a follow-up. I was just fucking around.
No, so actually, now you said a Filipino kid or Dubai kid. My first day in Mint, when they were asking, "Oh, where'd you come from?" "Oh, I came from Dubai." And they're like, "Oh, you're a Dubai kid, so you must be so rich and have Lamborghinis and
You
all
shit
this.
gold.
You shit gold." And I'm like,
damn, I'm gonna come in the bathroom with you. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, "No, I live the decent life. I don't get any Lamborghinis.
Pretty humble. Pretty
I'm
humble.
a pretty humble guy, you know. Like, I don't have like camels in my backyard or anything like that." And I think that's also one thing that if you tell everybody, "Oh, you're a Dubai kid," they think, "Oh, rich." But
No.
no. I'm good with like a 5 dirham shawarma. Like,
Yeah.
And in dollars, that's
20 pesos?
damn. That's pretty good.
Is it 20 pesos?
It's like
$5.
50 cents.
Oh, dollars.
No,
50 pesos.
I thought you were talking about
5
dirhams.
dirhams in pesos would be around 60, 70 pesos.
So about $1. Fair
But,
enough.
yeah. Sorry, I don't work.
That's pretty
I don't
good.
work in your currency.
My currency.
Your
half American.
currency.
I own the currency.
Yes.
I did not know
You
I was
represent the
this loaded.
currency.
You represent the
He has a
currency.
specific currency for
Do
himself.
I? Shit. I have Japanese yen.
Well, now you represent that too, I guess.
Oh, you represent that too.
I
Yeah.
got like $1.50 and I don't know what currency they use in Swahili, but not Swahili. And you know what? We're moving on.
Anyways, buy bitcoins, kid.
Yeah, but you're okay. You're full Filipino, right? Did you ever get mistaken for being anything else? Because for me, in Dubai, living in Dubai, I was mistaken for a lot of things, like Indian.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, actually, there was
Indian.
Indian. Oh, okay. Back then, I was
Dubai is wild.
yeah, Dubai's wild. There are a lot of Indians who look like me.
I got Canadian in the Philippines.
Canadian.
I think I could. I don't know. People
I think
that-
you got Australian once.
No, I got Canadian a lot. Like, you must be from
Yeah.
Canada. I'm like, nah.
But like everyone else gets the general one, which is like you're Indonesian, Singaporean,
Yeah.
Malaysian. Like, how about you? Like Chinese. You know, I want to name some, but it might get racist. You know.
Oh, this might get touchy.
No, I mean, let's get heat. No, you know what? No, let's get heated. You know what I mean?
I mean, it
So
doesn't
what
really
he,
seem
what he's
heated, but
asking
fair
is like,
enough.
what are you mistaken?
No, I understand that. It just
personality-wise?
doesn't seem very.
I think
No.
one form of racism that we do not talk about is in terms of social racism.
So
Yeah.
classism.
Yeah,
It's
because
true.
like the way that we're focusing in terms of generality as to where you're from, I don't think it's as apparent as classism nowadays. Because
No,
if you
it's
think about it, like certain people would only affiliate at certain social classes, rather than, hey, are you from Dubai? Are you from America? Are you from Canada? It doesn't really matter now if you think about it.
Yeah.
What happens now, in my opinion, at the very least, is classism at its finest. Everybody wants to be at the same social class and interact with people at the same social class. And if you do not belong to that spectrum, you're not exactly welcome.
I'm so mesmerized with the way you talk. I was just like,
No, it's true though.
Yeah,
Like,
that's very true.
and this goes back to what I was saying earlier, right? Like, you see the class divide so rampantly, with literally it being one street apart from each other, and so many activities to further that divide locally. So, whilst I definitely there's like racism in the Philippines, like don't be mistaken, right? I'd say a lot of it, like a lot of international race. I don't know how to put this, but a lot of racism comes from ignorance. So it's less so like malicious as opposed to just not being informed. However, there is racism. Like there's lots of xenophobia, specifically against the Chinese locally, right?
really?
You did not know this?
No.
Well, the
Got here.
Xinhua or the Chinese are not particularly mainland Chinese are not particularly liked as a group due to now there is some understanding behind this, like the Chinese the CCP specifically, right, comes in and buys up a bunch of the shit locally, right, which takes away jobs, which takes away a litany of things, and they like racketeer and control the gambling industry, right, which highly
Oh.
affects the local economy, the local population, cheap low income housing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's understandable that people are mad at like the CCP, and obviously there's a lot that migrate here under that guise. But then again, that then spells out to all Chinese people who've never lived in China, because there's obviously Filipino has a lot of Chinese in it, right? Never been to China, never lived in China, get the same exact degree.
You generalize.
Yeah,
Everyone-
exactly.
yeah.
So there's a lot of xenophobia against Chinese people locally.
Do not know that. Oh, well, that's brand new to me. I mean, getting to the next question, which kind of leads into it. a culture shock. What culture shocks did you experience going from here to Indonesia and then bouncing off into other countries?
Well, I mean, Southeast Asian culture has a lot of overlapping similarities. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So in those sorts of senses, it was quite easy to acclimate. I mean, there's obviously differences in Indonesia. It's a Muslim culture, right? I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the largest Muslim population in the entire world.
I think majority, yeah.
Yeah. So, and the Philippines is, at least in namesake, Catholic.
Roman Catholic.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least in namesake. In practice, I don't know. You know what I mean? But in namesake, it's Catholic. So there's those sorts of cultural differences. They didn't particularly shock me, though. I suppose the biggest, because in all honesty, there's so many more similarities linguistically, whatnot. I suppose the biggest shock, if anything, has to do with the technological and infrastructural issues we have here.
Bro, they still give like receipts via fax machine.
Yeah.
You're an SNR and you just hear like it's just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be here for a while.
I mean, less so shocked, just more so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that, for me at least, that's my experience. I mean, obviously, there's mad things that we have here that aren't there. You know, balut, like century egg and shit like that.
Lit.
It is.
I've never tried balut.
But then again,
That's gonna change today.
oh.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
But then again, I lived in Thailand and I ate cockroach, like fried cockroach off the street.
Oh wow.
I had
Grasshopper,
cockroach this
so-
morning too.
That's
From where? From where?
I forgot the name of the restaurant, but they
Don't name drop it.
let's not
fucking flame them.
Yeah, I ordered food today. It's a shawarma place. And next thing you know,
Dun, dun, dun.
food comes in. I'm like eating one bite. I'm like, oh, this is not bad. Another one. I'm like, oh wow, is that a fried garlic? I'm like, get my flashlight. Oh, that's a roach.
Delicious.
No, it was really weird.
Yeah.
Having the cockroach.
That's for
in my
Miggy
food
'cause
today.
he's
Sorry,
eating right
Miggy.
now.
Our audio guy is eating food.
So all 8 delicious legs. You know
So-
what I mean?
Now I'm gonna bring this to you now. So since you're
Yeah, go
sort
ahead.
of a newbie here, what's your biggest culture shock in the Philippines?
Everyone is so nice. it's very weird.
Your culture shock. Like,
Yeah.
wow, decent human being.
Yeah. What the manners?
How dare you?
What do you want? It's like,
So
no,
now-
as soon
so
as we
now-
got here.
I don't have any money.
Yeah.
The image it brings up to my head.
Start fisting up.
Sir, come here. Discounted, like at the airport. Like, discounted. Come to the taxi.
Listen, I'm not trying to solicit prostitution. Please, leave me alone.
What do you want? Like, I just got here. Everyone
like,
is nice.
Mabuhay. You're like, how dare you?
Who do you think you are?
It's like, thank you, Paul. What the fuck?
No,
What
that's
were
the
you gonna
thing.
say, Ben?
It just makes me imagine now that Dubai is full of angry people with the way that you react.
Okay.
No.
Listen, there's a man-eating camel issue that keeps people on edge. You know what I mean?
Um,
If they venture too far out.
I think Dubai is just very closed-minded.
Yeah.
The people are very closed-minded.
The people that I know aren't, but I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Culturally, like
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a societal.
They're also very
Yeah.
closed in the sense where they're not as open as Filipinos. Filipinos would go up to you on the elevator,
But
ask you how your day was.
but remember, the key word that you use in terms of your culture shock is nice.
That's the thing.
You were in like Filipinos are very open.
Yeah.
Nah,
Okay.
Filipino are
Okay.
nice.
That's a horrible misconception about Dubai. I love Dubai. All right.
Yeah.
Roy's
we love
canceled
it.
for the 5th
No,
time.
no. So, okay.
Fuck, Roy. We've been there for like 19
okay.
or 18 years.
Of course, everyone I've met in Dubai is nice, sure, but like here is nice, like by definition.
I think he means like openness, friendliness, warmth.
Yeah.
Because there's many cultures that are not inherently mean, but just much more closed off and reserved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
understandable.
in Dubai, like people will go up to you, ask you how you were, but it's like
They do?
by proxy. Like
Oh,
for me, where I
oh,
live,
yeah,
so, like
okay.
around that area
Oh, they don't do that
in
to me.
Jumeirah, yeah. But here, it's just like everyone is so like I want to get to know you. I want to be your friend. Like
To just go to the elevator right now, someone will tell you their life story in like 5 minutes.
yeah, they would,
It's
and that's
true.
beautiful.
It's true.
Like,
very
it's
true.
really
That's
nice.
how open they are.
Like you can go up to the basketball court right now, I
And
think
they'll let you play.
Yeah, they'll let you play.
You know, also what I think it could be. I don't know this definitively, but something I think would be a kind of a addition for that for your experience is you have quite a decent handle on Tagalog, right?
Oh yes, yeah.
So being able to, and this is something I feel transverses cultures, countries, whatever. Being able to speak the language immediately breaks down a litany of barriers. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. What you're saying is true. I think for you is even more so. It might be even more stark or more juxtaposed because of your ability to communicate locally.
Yeah, and everyone here has a grasp on Tagalog, right? Everyone can at least talk or at least understand.
Of course.
Tagalog.
Okay, never mind. All right, for you, right? You can speak Tagalog. Yeah, you can speak Tagalog.
Yeah, I can. I can understand. I can understand fluently, but my speaking ability is not that good.
Yeah, and
unless I have a drink in me.
Did you get that from Philippines? Like, where did you learn?
In Dubai.
Okay.
Just watching a lot of TFC and watching a lot of.
And drinking a lot of.
No, I wasn't drinking. I wasn't
Red
drinking.
Horse.
The San Miguel will give me power.
Yeah.
This will bring me back to the homeland.
Yeah, just watching a lot of TFC, MMK, love that stuff. Wawawi's, that time, Deal No Deal, all the Filipino.
Pinoy Big Brother.
Yeah, Pinoy Big Brother.
Yeah.
Really,
movies, a lot of movies.
Subpar or on bar cable television, effectively, is what you're saying. Yeah. For those who may not be aware of all those shows.
And the good thing is about Dubai is they were showing Filipino movies in cinemas.
Oh,
so
a lot.
My mom would drag me. He's like, "Oh, let's watch this John Lloyd movie."
And you never,
great.
For sure.
No, that's the thing. You never really shied away from that culture.
Yeah.
Like in Dubai, sure, I was in Dubai, but I would experience Filipino culture, not only my own culture, but like a lot of other cultures.
Sure. That's
which is why I was.
That's
very
a good thing
open
about Dubai. It's very international.
Yeah, it's a social hub. It's you get to experience everything there, like
true.
different food, different people, right? Different viewpoints on how people live based on class, race, and just social life in general.
Yeah.
And I think that's what opened my eyes when coming here. It's almost the same thing. It's not. Yeah. No one is really inherently racist or ill. Like no one has ill intent within them.
Locally, very, very small portion of it.
It vary, but like I wouldn't want to give voice to the minority, you know.
For sure.
With the majority that I've talked to so far, everyone I've met so far, as of right now, August.
Whatever the day is.
Yeah, I want to date. I want to date this because I want to.
It's a Saturday. That's all.
Yeah, I want this to age like milk. You know what I mean? With what I'm saying right now, I want it. I don't want it to age like milk, sure, but like everyone I've met so far, it's been nice.
Yeah.
Right. Been extremely social, and with that, as well, how do I say this? The social life has been fun.
Oh,
Going out, the mall culture is insane here.
It is.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, everyone
The going out culture.
Going
Manila
out
has
in
a
general.
crazy ass nightlife. That's for sure.
Oh,
And outlife.
It's changed a lot.
Oh, for sure.
better
COVID has
than
changed
Dubai.
it.
Better than Dubai. Nightlife is better.
It's cheaper.
No, but generally speaking, it's dope though.
Yeah. I mean, of course, before COVID, we had places like Black Market, Early Nights.
My God.
So
2020.
I know those places were like kings for me. Like 100 pesos Long Island. Don't even.
Oh my
I'm
God.
there. We're there.
It literally, you used to be able to get into the what would be considered a pretty high end club for free, and then purchase like $1 to $2 drinks that were like loaded with alcohol. So what you needed $10 US dollars, 500 pesos on a night out.
You're on the floor.
Man, you're flying. You know what I mean? And that's tables, bottles, whatever you want. It was pretty crazy. Some really good times.
Do you go out like clubbing? What do you usually do? Like just because coming here as well. Like I'm very interested in photography and filmography, sure. But one thing that is a personal hobby is fighting games and video games in general.
For sure, that's huge here.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have that in Dubai.
Yeah.
Also, anime is huge here.
Holy shit, is it massive?
It's
even
massive.
since back in the day, since before like consoles and PC gaming were such a thing, and I know you know this because you and I have gone to a couple of these.
Yes, sir.
Tekken was like the arcade Tekken, right?
Yeah.
And Street Fighter, but Tekken was massive here.
Last time I came here, there was an arcade machine in Nueva Ecija, and there were a lot of people playing Tekken, and there was like a big line outside the mall.
Wait, were you from Nueva Ecija?
Yeah, where my dad was.
Oh,
from my dad's side.
interesting.
How about you? I was like, where are you from?
No place.
Oh, okay, just like
He just roams around the city.
resides.
Bro, when you need Ben, he is there. You just wait for the MRT to go by, and then he walks through a flitter of
I am
newspapers.
ethereal.
Pretty much. But going back to our question, It's true. Like, so, I mean, because Tony was talking about going out, and I was feeling about going out. Because Manila
Yeah.
does have a lit night. Ooh, semantic satiation.
Yeah, go
Manila does have a lit nightlife. But what other aspects were you, like, really enjoying?
Yeah,
about,
besides the
say,
clubs and all that.
Yeah.
Provinces, Jay.
Yeah.
Like traveling in
Yeah, it's
Philippines is 100%
That I've yet to experience.
a recommendation. Yeah, Philippines. Like for me, I would say I'm willing to settle in the Philippines anywhere but Manila.
Why so?
It's very hectic, bro.
Kind of like that.
You know what's the sad thing, though? Is that issue is solely due to infrastructure. If there were, like, proper highways built, you could go to Zambales, right, in about an hour if you were driving at, like, highway speeds. Concurrently, going to Batangas or, like, so pretty much going north for 100 kilometers should only take you about an hour, right, which is a pretty far journey. And then going south all the way down to the Batangas port would only take you about, like, 2.5 to 3 hours if there are proper roads built.
But since it's more fun in the Philippines,
Why is that a logo?
It's more fun so you can enjoy more in the car. You know what I mean?
Oh, slogan.
The longer
Yeah.
you're in the,
The
car,
longer
it's so
drive.
much more fun that way.
The more your lungs, like, inhale the pollution, the stronger you get. You know?
There's massive
Guys,
pollution.
I've heard this song like 15 times now. Really?
You
You've been
see-
in the car for too damn long.
That
You
is
see
a
the
slogan,
same
though,
street
right?
vendor 15
it
times.
is a slogan.
That's how slow we are.
Oh, damn.
I mean,
it's
that's how
so
slow.
true.
That's how slow Satu drives, actually.
Okay.
I want to get to that point where
Yeah, you agree with me on that one. Thank you.
okay,
All right. Unnecessary-
I think I'm a better driver than you, according to what he says.
Oh.
Oh wow!
Well,
Wow, I did not know we're going to this.
I didn't know we were bringing this up. But should we go through our parking tickets, the amount of times we've crashed or scratched the car, the amount of different instances we've had that haven't been good? Because I can count mine on no hands. You know what I mean?
I don't understand Satu, but Tony claims he's a better driver than you.
Oh,
In every
have
aspect,
you
by the
have
way.
we seen the filings and the claimings?
If I could think of some.
Oh no! I'll
In
call
the
the
Philippines-
courts. I'll call the courts.
In
We'll
the
sort it.
Philippines, none.
I'm sorry. How many years do you have on your license? 5. How many years do I have on my license?
I don't know.
10. Why is that?
Can I see your license?
I don't have a physical one. Yo, hold on. Wait.
The best evidence.
Wait,
Physical
listen.
Okay.
The audience doesn't know. The Philippines is fucked up in terms of its administration, all right? I have a paper. I have a piece of paper that lets me drive, but that's only because they ran out of the plastic to print the license.
Yeah, I said it.
But I said that, but you know what my paper says? It says 10 years on that motherfucker.
Ah, yes, word of mouth.
It's my car.
Printable. Okay. All right. To wrap it up,
Yeah.
who's the better driver here?
Listen, I'll explain it to you like this. Because they gave me a paper, I ride around on an expired license, and ain't nobody said shit to me yet. So I'm going around as king up in this motherfucker until
A shout
dethroned.
out to MMDA.
yeah. Ben, you got it right. You're gonna get exposed.
All right. We'll
Come
discuss-
for me, I have my
we'll
real
discuss the
license.
best driver. Oh,
Or I'll put it to you like this. Seeing as we have such qualms with the driver, let's make enough money, go rent out a private track, do a hardcore course, right?
Down.
And whoever wins gets, for at least 1 year, for at least 5 years, gets named the best driver of the group and gets, dick bragging rights.
Gets the accolades.
Dick
for it.
bragging
Sure.
rights.
Yeah, no,
Alright.
better yet, gets a pendulous nutsack, Whenever his walks, it's just balls, just drags on the ground. That's how much of a apparent alpha male this importance is.
I want to pierce
Okay,
my ears.
And then we make a sick video from that.
That
All
would
right.
be true. Well, you heard
in
that,
the
guys.
future. In the future, yes. But
That'd be lit.
to wrap it up, thank you for that.
Weird-
Dragging your nuts on the ground. sure.
We'll
Just to
co-
show
yeah,
that
yeah,
you're the
right,
best
right.
somehow.
Yeah, okay.
But like, comment, and subscribe, please. And
Don't
Yeah,
cancel
you know
us
what?
just yet.
please comment down who you think is the better driver according to what
Who do you
they say.
think is the better
Yeah,
driver
who do you
between all
think?
of us?
Just based on what they say.
Wait, let me defend myself.
wait, don't wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
5 more minutes of my
No,
defense,
no,
Your Honor.
No.
Please.
Thank
We're gonna
y'all
have
so
to
much
discuss
for
this
watching.
soon.
Child didn't deserve
Bye.
it.
Stop. Bye, guys.
See you guys.